Okay, so it may have been a little while since I've talked about Eden Zero. If you are new to the channel, I do enjoy Eden Zero, and I do plan on talking about it, but just know it is going to be a bit more spread out. And for all of my longtime Eden Zero fans, Eden Zero is really good. It's actually really good right now. If you are an anime only and you found this video, I haven't seen the anime yet. So I do intend on watching that at some point, but I'm a manga reader. So what I'm about to get into is like heavy spoilers. Like it is pretty spoilery right now. Like we're talking super current. So if you don't want to be spoiled, you gotta bounce.
The door. Go on. Back where you came.
For everybody else who's here that is caught up on the manga, Eden Zero is actually really good right now. Like right now in the middle of the was it the Anero 66 arc or the Shura arc, whatever you want to call it, with the confrontation between the Eden Zero group trying to stop Shura from doing the whole all link thing. There's so many things happening right now that just make this really good, and I am loving it. Like I'm loving all of the fights. Like all of the fights have been pretty cool. Shura in himself, I could make an entire video on the dynamic of Shura and Shiki. I really like how Mashima has really made sure to be like this like deep contrast to Shiki in so many ways that is like kind of really challenging and then also pushing Shiki as a character. Good stuff, amazing stuff. My only main issue so far with it has kind of been like, because I haven't really even had issues with Eden Zero all like that beforehand, but this is probably my first major one that kind of bothered me, would be the overdrives that have been happening recently.
And here we go.
In everyone's fight, it seems like that is the formula for everyone's fight is, they're against their Ocean's opponent and then they get pushed into a corner and then they went overdrive and then they won. And that happened for literally everybody. And like, I get it, like everyone did train with Xenolith. Like everyone did train like hard. Like everybody trained for multiple days, non-stop intensive training to make this happen. But for everyone to just reach this like the same form, the same power up, like granted, everyone thinks operates differently, but it's the same base power up. And then win in that similar fashion. Like obviously there are opponents that are above the oceans, and we do know that. But just the fact that everyone does get an overdrive kind of bugs me a little bit. And if one or two people got overdrive, that would be fine. But it's just everyone has it, so it makes it less special to me. Like that's the only thing with like there's like a multiple things with giving a lot of characters power-ups, and then there's even more things with giving a lot of characters the exact same power-up. Granted, everyone's ether gear is different, but giving everyone freaking overdrive kind of takes away from overdrive specialness. Granted, it can be super rare in the entire universe of Eden Zero. Like in the actual verse, there could be like say 10 people with overdrive, but the fact that in Shiki's crew alone, that like as of the recording of this video, you have Shiki, Weiss, Hamura, Jin, and Klein all with overdrive back to back to back. It's like that is a lot. That is a lot. Even if it's really rare, you just have 5 people all right there who can do it. And it's one of those things where I know I compare series to other series a lot, but it's easy to make connections. And I feel like one I do a lot is One Piece. And it's just One Piece just happens to be a good example for a lot of things. Like take the Straw Hat crew. There are lots of people with similar-ish power-ups or similar-ish abilities, but for the most part, everyone is really diverse. Like everyone's power system or how their powers work is really diverse. And granted, there is hockey, but there's not a lot of people that really specialize in like armament hockey or observation hockey. It's usually only a few, like 3 or 4, depending on how many people like outside of the monster trio you would assume have it. Or a bad example would be like take Dragon Ball Z. Once they just started kind of handing out Super Saiyan, like not in like Super, but like way earlier, once everyone started to get Super Saiyan, it started to become like less of a cool thing. Like it wasn't as crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, Super Saiyan, it's a big deal. But once more people started to get it, it was like, oh well.
Yes, naturally, it's a Super Saiyan bargain sale.
No one really cares anymore because it's not special. And that's kind of feel like what's happening with overdrive. Like the more people you give the same transformation, the less special the less special it becomes. And like I said in the beginning, I love Eden Zero. It's really, really good. This is just kind of like the first issue that I've had with it so far. And to reinforce, I totally understand that they went through tons of training to get it. It's not like this came out of nowhere, or it's not like this was underexplained, or it's not like this is even bad writing. Like, cause I don't even think this is bad writing. In my opinion, it feels lazy. It feels a little bit lazy, and this is coming from some guy that's sitting in a room, literally just recording a video and complaining about it. But in my opinion, it just seems lazy. If you like it, if you love everybody having overdrive, I'm not trying to take that from you. I'm really not. But to me, it's just a little meh. Now, as for what I wish would have happened, kind of like similar to how Jin was off doing his own thing, how the whole like sky mech ninjutsu is its own thing. I kind of wish there was like a very specific thing he could attain, or specific ability he could obtain through that. Or say like for Weiss, I really wish he would have like maybe further improved Arsenal even more, and just like more went into like the like mech route. And for like Homura, like say her overdrive for her makes a lot of sense. And not saying that overdrive for any of these people doesn't make sense, but it's just like I felt like there are opportunities to further some of these people in different directions, as opposed to just like, oh well, they have anything here, so just give them overdrive. That's kind of what it felt like to me. Now, that's just my opinion. I would love to know what you guys think about the whole thing down below, just with all of the power-ups going on in Eden Zero being overdrive, so to speak. And it makes me wonder, like, what's the next thing for Eden Zero? Because once you kind of do this, make everything, you know, give everybody this power-up, you kind of have to make another level. And at this moment, I'm not for sure of what that would even be in Eden Zero. But overall, Eden Zero is amazing right now. The arc itself is fire. Let me know down below how you guys are feeling about it. For my Eden Zero fans, if you want more Eden Zero content, it is in your hands, honestly. I just don't do a lot because like I don't feel like people really like it all like that on my channel, like just the people that are around. But if you guys want more Eden Zero content, like let's say like 35 likes in 48 hours. If this video gets 35 likes in 48 hours of the, you know, dropping of the video, I will, you know, promptly make another Eden Zero video. Promptly, like it'll be immediately. Until then, it's kind of going to be like as I see fit, just because like it isn't that well received to me, unless you guys show me that it is. So the power is in your hands. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all in my next video.